Hello all, Alison here. Welcome back to Words and Pictures and another episode of Books. I have another little tag book on the table that I made today, and it uses my PaperArtsy botanical stamps, and it's made according to the structure that Megan Quinlan shared in her Fodder Challenge class back in July 2023. So I'm not going to talk too much about how I put it together because that's Megan's class and that wouldn't be fair, but I'll take you through for a little look at how the stamps on each page look and the little tabs and tags that are inside. And for that, I think what I'm going to try to do is zoom in for you. So we take one little zoom like that, and hopefully that gives you a decent view of what's going on down here on the mat. So the front cover has my PaperArtsy strawberries, the little strawberry plant. I'll put links for these stamp sets in the description below, and the stamping is all very gentle, very subtle in this, because what I really wanted was a sort of feeling of gentleness and summertime meditation and the visual poetry of repetition and variation. So the same stamps will appear but in different colours and in different positions, and yeah, it gives you a real gentleness to what's going on, I hope. So let's take a look at the first page. So all the stamps here, the ephemera, the small ephemera, the theatrical ephemera, the quote stamps, all come on these summer botanical sets. Live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit. And I do. I have said on multiple occasions that my colour palettes shift with the season, and the kinds of things that I like to stamp and look at shift very much with nature's seasonal colours and mutations. So yeah, that Thoreau quote is quite close to my heart. I hope you can see in the background there's some little sort of detail stamping, just hovering almost subliminally, text as well as imagery. But the main image there stamped, I think that's probably embossed in earth tone pepper, which is one of my favourite embossing powders, and just allowing those to pop against the gentle turquoise green of the background. And then of course in each pocket page you've got a little additional tag. So that's an echo, that's the little strawberry stamp, the recommendation from Culpepper's Herbal of how you can use those strawberry plants to help yourself if you're in trouble with panting and beating of the heart. It will refresh and comfort your fainting spirits. I love those medical prescriptions. And then yes, on the back a little bit of theatrical ephemera and those delicious Elizabethan musicians just on that little tag there. So let's turn another page. And this is some family ephemera. My cousin, well, strictly my grandfather's cousin, Marta Pollack, who studied at Viennese music school at the very beginning of the 20th century. So 1903, 1904, 1905, we have her little school reports from. And that's one of the pieces of ephemera on the stamp sets. The cornflowers there, again, I think that's probably earth tone pepper. Many eyes go through the meadow, but few see the flowers in it. A little bit of white embossed quote there. That's the lovely round piece of ephemera. I quite often cut the centre out of that, but here I've just put a little Tim Holtz label into it. Lots of those Tim Holtz tiny curator labels appear in this book. And again, in the background, those tone-on-tone stampings that are really quite subtle. What's on our little tab and tag here? It is, of course, the matching little cornflower from the same set. And the Culpeppers suggest this time that we use the powder or the dried leaves of the cornflower if you've got a bruise. It's a remedy against the poison of the scorpion, which is always good to know, always helpful. And there's that bit of little family ephemera in there as well. She did very well. I think she's got sort of compliments for every class on that little school report there, Martha. And on the next page, a little number table, and here are the currants. Currants are really very similar to one another, so if you were painting this, you can paint them as red currants, as white currants, or as black currants. And I've got the Latin name is there on the stamp set for all 3 of those. So depending on how you want to paint it, you can add your little label with the right Latin term for white currants or black currants or red currants. And yeah, even Culpeper knows that they're so similar that they will all accomplish similar things for you. You can use them in sauces for those who like the taste and the scent of them, the black currants, which I believe very few do of either. So he's not a fan of black currants, Culpeper. The red and the white currants are lovely, but black currants, no, nobody likes those, surely. And on the back, there's that little complimentary number 1. So you see what I mean about visual poetry, this sort of repetition that just allows the mind to relax, because there's nothing too unexpected happening. It's just a little change each time, a different colour, a different position. Let us learn to appreciate there will be times when the trees will be bare, and look forward to the times when we may pick their fruit. Thank you, Chekhov, for that, Russian playwright. And again, those blues and greens just everywhere in this book, that soft summer glow. And on the final page, a little bit of mixing and matching. So we've got strawberries and currants and cornflowers, but the small version of each of those. And there we're back with Emerson, many eyes go through the meadow, but few see the flowers in it. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Anybody who knows about my Shakespeare connection, if you want to know more about that, check my main website, alisonbomber.com, to find out more about the words side of Words and Pictures, if you're interested. There are those musicians again, a lovely sort of matching thing with the theatre frontispiece, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and more little curator labels here and there. And then yeah, that's your back cover with some very gentle little currants, just a juicy bunch of currants drifting down over the back page. And yeah, my heart and soul really did go into this one. I had such a lovely time with it. It gave me a beautiful, gentle state of flow. It really was a state of flow creating this one, and I hope it'll induce a similar thing for you just looking at it. Thank you so much for watching today. If you've enjoyed that, do give me a thumbs up. Questions and comments are always welcome. It's lovely to interact with you. As I say, I'll leave links in the description for anything I can think of that might be useful to you. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be wonderful if you hit the subscribe button and join us on this creative journey. Happy crafting all.